Hello everybody, you can call me Hutch, and today we're going to be talking about ALEX token again, all the developments in the BRC20 space. You know, we're not going to get too extensive, but I'm in the TRAC Discord and that's where I get a lot of my information. I highly suggest it. You learn all about the technicals, the fundamentals, so on and so forth, about decentralization. And what makes me so bullish is the developer of TRAC is really focused on decentralization, and I think ALEX are too. I feel like if they could form a partnership, it would be next level, but we'll see. Anyway, I love how the whole Bitcoin community is focused on decentralization. But never mind that. Let's talk about that later. Let's get into everything we're going to talk about. I hope you like that intro music. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Okay, so here is... Ooh, baby. This is the ALEX... The beautiful ALEX chart, okay? Now, you could draw all the technicals you want. Oh, look, cup and handle, you know, maybe we bounce and then go up. I don't think that really matters, okay? I think, you know, we bounced off support, which we've been talking about, right? And we're probably going to go up from here. That's just my personal opinion. I'm bullish on it. Remember, Bitcoin could always take a massive dump. And that doesn't mean you can't make more money elsewhere, right? Solana was pumping. You know, you gotta respect the pump, as Ivan on Tech says. But I'm still bullish on ALEX. I think it's a fantastic opportunity that we have, and I think they're great builders. And like I've been saying in the previous videos, I think big money is going to come into it because it is the project that most looks like the current structure that we have. And so I'll talk about that for a second here. So in the current system, we basically have IPOs, right? And everybody's cut off from these IPOs. So ALEX is building something called a launchpad, right? Now, do we need a launchpad? I don't know, but maybe we do for institutional investors. Maybe we do for projects who need to raise more money than just doing like a free mint on BRC20. So if they do this launchpad, these builders can get access to funds from ALEX, from investors, so on and so forth. I think one of the main businesses that are going to be undercut by this revolution that we're having in Bitcoin and ALEX and everything is the IPO business, right? And as an early Bitcoiner, I always dreamed of this, and this is something I always criticized Bitcoin about, right? And ETH did a little bit better, but now Bitcoin is getting up to pace and doing a little bit better and maintaining that decentralization. So I digress. They have this new paper out, okay? D-spread research, okay? So I'm just going to go through the important points here. Follow along, right? Bitcoin being leveraged in utility and other places like Ethereum with wrap Bitcoin on rootstock on exchanges, right, is very small. Millions, small billions. The market cap of Bitcoin I think is now up to 800 billion something, right? So there's a huge opportunity here, and I think ALEX is going to tap into that. And when Nakamoto and Stacks releases, I think it's just going to like funnel insane amounts of money down to this project, right? Now, if you don't know what Stacks and Nakamoto is, I've had videos on that. Please look it up, do your own research, or use my research, whatever you want to do, okay? So it goes through, you know, we have Ordinals BRC coming out, which what is so impressive about ALEX, right? If we go to the website here, it literally came up with an order book super quick, right? Okay. It has swap function, it has a bridge function, right? So you can get exposure to Stacks and ALEX and different tokens from the launchpad, right? I talked about this. CHAX, right? Now, these are all volatile, not financial advice. You have to be very careful, obviously. But really incredible how fast they're innovating, right? So the most important thing I want you to take from this is the launchpad. And this is why I think big money is coming to ALEX, right? Investment banking cannot ignore this, right? And I think a lot of the people who have already invested in Stacks and the founders of Stacks know this, right? And they're going to have to make a strategic investment in these things. Now, what is so interesting, right? And we'll go back to all that, is this A power token, right? So if we do have this ICO function on ALEX, right, where companies, businesses launch their token, right, via this launchpad to get funding, right? People who can participate in that are A power token holders, right? And how do you get A power? You can stake your Alex, you can do yield farming, right? So it's incentivizing the use of their token, right? So there's a real use case there, right? If you want to get early access to this infrastructure, you have to be engaged in the ecosystem. Now, if that's not bullish from a tokenomics perspective, now I'm not talking about the inflationary aspects of it, right? You should do more research on that. Remember, high risk, high reward, so on and so forth, all those fundamentals. But there's a real use case here for that, right? If you have to do yield farming, do DeFi application on this to get access to this IPO like service, that's an incredible idea. I think it's super powerful. So I hope I'm not over exaggerating how I feel about that, but like the longer I'm in this, the more these things click inside this tiny little processing computer chip inside of this beautiful face, okay? Right behind these beautiful eyes, okay? Now, it's developing an indexer, right? And I'm a big advocate for this one called TRAC, right? It's an indexer, and I'm actually in the Discord, and there's a lot of drama going on in that Discord, right? About decentralization, how Unisat is trying to become an indexer that's centralized. They're doing things to encourage this bad behavior, right? Well, I think maybe Alex and TRAC are on the right path. I don't know for sure. I don't know all the technicals behind it, but I think there could be a partnership, and even if there isn't, I'm bullish on the decentralization aspects of Alex and TRAC. So if you don't know what TRAC is, it's basically like the chain link or the graph of the Bitcoin ecosystem, the ordinal ecosystem, right? I'm watching those developments carefully, right? I mean, there is a real risk that TRAC could go to zero, right? If there is some type of bug, there is some type of decentralization problem, right? I think the Bitcoin ecosystem will reject it, right? But I'm betting that they figure it out and they're able to use this system in a decentralized way, right? Follow me for more updates on Twitter, so on and so forth. I'm trying my best. It's very difficult. It's very technical. So I suggest you get in there if you have some technical background in the Discord and look at it. So that's what makes me bullish on TRAC as well, right? Now, ooh, did I get rid of Unisat? Let's see if we can look it on here. TRAC. I don't think they have TRAC. Gecko. Let's see. I know I should have all these things up beforehand, but you know, your boy is not perfect, okay? He's just a simple man. Okay. Now everyone's like, oh my God, we're at $4.38. Don't let me remind you that 2 months ago I posted about this and it was out at about 28 cents. Okay, right? I mean, like we were down here. Okay. In November 1st, we were under 40 cents. I mean, so I think, you know, we're gonna form another wedge here. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. This thing could dump if Bitcoin dumps. There's a lot of risk for these low coins, so be very, very careful. But I'm bullish on it. I think it has a lot to do with Alex and DeFi, and I'm super bullish on DeFi if I haven't gotten that cross. Let me tell you, let me just say that one more time. I'm super bullish on Bitcoin DeFi, and I think that's where the big money is going because of the ETF. Institutions are not going to be investing in Ethereum where the regulators are really after it. I mean, they're after Bitcoin. I mean, they're going to really be after the Solanos, the Avalanches. I mean, that's just my thought process. That doesn't mean in a theoretical portfolio I wouldn't be investing in Solano and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about purely from a market perspective, right? What I think might happen. So super bullish on TRAC still. I'm still doing research on further BRCs, so follow me for more updates. I haven't found another one that I like besides, you know, CHAX. And CHAX, I've said this multiple times, so be very careful. This is the riskiest play that I'm going to do. It's an AI real-world asset play, so on and so forth, right? A lot of volatility. It went through the launchpad on Alex, right? And if you don't know what the launchpad is, this is what I was talking about, right? You have CHAX here. You've got Blue Whale Mining. You've got Orm, right? So be very careful. But I'm bullish on it just because of the AI narrative. Does that mean it could go to zero? Absolutely. If you're going to invest in this thing, prepare for it to go to zero, as well as TRAC, as well as Alex, as well as Bitcoin, right? I mean, this is a whole new financial system here. So if you lose money, it's only on you. I'm sorry very much. Now, I know a lot of you want me to talk about certain topics, like .btc names, .sat names, different tokens, Solanos, the tokens under Solano. It's very difficult. I cannot be the only influencer. I have a full-time job. I'm married. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to do my best, and I only want to bring you content that is valuable and truthful, right? I always want to be honest with you, right? I'm going to tell you if I think something has only short-term value versus long-term value. I'm going to tell you the truth about decentralization and centralization, which some of these people will not. I'm going to tell you that I think gaming is trash compared to Bitcoin DeFi. That doesn't mean I don't like gaming. I love Fortnite. So if any of you guys want to play Fortnite, let me know. I'm absolutely cracked on the sticks. Actually, the keys. Sorry, said that wrong. Anyway, so to reiterate, Alex. Just incredibly bullish. I don't even know why you would ignore this after watching this video. It's actually crazy. It makes no sense. You can call me Hunch. I've got a hunch. It's forming in my back. You can call me Hunch.